Hi everybody, welcome to this quick 9 playthrough for the date that is now displayed on the screen. Remember to check the tournament times so that you have time to play all of your holes. Please hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Timestamps for all the holes in the video description down below. Bear in mind these are general wind conditions you will need to tweak according to the directions you face in the quick 9. And remember, some of these are old replays, so feature the old ball attribute levels. Good luck, here we go. So for the drive here, I am going to use 6 bars of topspin. It does help greatly with this hole, especially for the second shot. But obviously if you don't have 6 bars of topspin, then play with 4.5. Aim in the centre of the strip of the fairway with your topspin and 3 bars side spin to the right, which is why I'm using a kingmaker. Now we are going to go with 1 ball of curl to the right, and because we adjusted into overpower and down into a lower point, I am going to go with a little bit of overpower. So, perfect away, we are going to land right where we want to, and we want to try and get a good bounce and gain as much distance as possible here. Obviously, if you don't have 6 bars topspin, you're going to be further away on your second shot. It's going to be with the thorn, most likely, and as you can see here, I am working out my distance of club, and we are going to be between mid and max distance here on average, with 6 bars of topspin. If you don't get the roll on the drive, you'll probably be closer to max distance of your short iron. So that's why I say work out your club distance, because it will vary depending on the wind and also what roll and topspin you get on your drive. So we're going to go with 4 bars of backspin, and I want to be bouncing on the fringe. Aim at the pin, but make sure you do not leave the ball guide short, because of the headwind that we've got here. It will compress the ball guide. Here I am playing in between medium and maximum distance with a 10% elevation. And then of course we want to try and hit perfect. We're right on 0, but we do get it away on time, and the backspin grabs it very nicely and it drops right before the pin for a lovely eagle. The par 3s on this course are very tricky, and here is one of them right now. This one is the easiest of the par 3s, but it still is difficult to drop, and you will need to have a couple of looks at the holes here with the different wind directions, especially on these par 3s, to get dialed in, or at least close. Setting up a max distance with the katana here, blue ring touching the rough, playing with some left spin so that I do not risk the rough on the left. And then I'm going to adjust this one max plus 40. Varying ways you can play this hole. You can set up with the ball guide to the hole, play with more elevation, or you can play with less elevation and then have to offset. The choice is yours, this one, but it is a very tricky hole. Quarterback is your friend in headwind scenarios. You will bounce on the second fairway, the one that is connected to the green. Nice speed there, but we just need to adjust a little bit more there to get that one to drop. We have crosswind with a little bit of tailwind, but not much at all. 6 topspin here is all I'm going to use. No side spin. Max distance with a power 3 ball. You can play this with 4.5 topspin, and I will give you recommendations of what to change shortly. Adjust here max plus 10. I don't push up to max because I want a slightly slower needle if we do have more tailwind. 3 rings of overpower if you have 6 topspin. If you only have 4.5 topspin, I would add more overpower. Probably go with 4.5 rings, maybe 5 rings of overpower to compensate for having less topspin. You will have a minor great left and minor great right on this one because the fairway is nice and wide, but we want to clear the tree shadow. Anything over 400 yards is going to be absolutely fine. If you want to play aggressively, second shot you can go with a rough bump here, in which case I would use a kingmaker, but I'm going to try a bounce up shot instead. I'm setting up at plus yardage here, applying spin to get the ball guide to the hole. It's going to be between 4.5 and 5 backspin and a little bit of right spin. In the video here I play true club distance plus 10, so that is therefore 72% slider, plus 10, however this is under adjusted. So my suggestion based on this shot would be to play true club distance plus 20. True club distance plus 20. So work out where you are in between min and max, or you can use plus yards as well. Plus 12 will be max, plus 8, 90%, plus 4, 80%, but go with 20% elevation and not 10 as I did in the video. No move target is the key on this par 4. So enter the hole with the rock and the Titan, then add 3 bars of topspin, can be played with rock level 7+. Don't move the target until you adjust. So just add your spin, and then we go 3 topspin and adjust max 0. We do have an eagle here. This is a brilliant chance for an eagle in my opinion. Max plus 0 with our no movement target setup. Hit perfect, and then the spin will do its thing. We bounce on the fairway. We bounce again on the fairway, and it will just roll a little bit to the right, but that's absolutely fine here. We're not going to risk the rough with a perfect. 297. Second shot, find minimum distance with a sniper, so make sure you have the Grizzly as your long iron. We're going to play from complete min, then we are going to add some backspin. I would suggest 2.8 bars. I did have 3 here, but it is going to be a little bit short, so go with 2.8. Then we find our position on the min line with the ball guide going to the hole. Then we are going to adjust minimum distance, 20% elevation. Min plus 20, be careful of the bridge. Certain wind angles, this bridge is going to be in the way, so try and find a good point where you can still adjust accurately without the bridge obscuring the rings. So be warned on that one. But min plus 20 here, very, very good chance at an eagle. We hit perfect with our adjustment along the min line, and we drop it right at the pin for an eagle. Now, if you want to support us on Patreon, you can do so. Details on the screen now. As part of your perks on certain days for the Quick Nines, there will be some Patreon exclusive Master General playthroughs for those holes used. So make sure you check us out there. Now for the replays here on this par 5, I'm going to play with a Berserker because it is going to really help us on the second shot. This is a very long par 5. So I'm playing with the quarterback for the accuracy. Could also go with the rock as well if you have enough topspin. If not, then obviously you can use a driver with power, extra mile, Thor's hammer or Apocalypse as well. But the good thing about the quarterback is you can hit a minor great left, great right. You're still going to be fine with this narrow fairway. So adding topspin as shown, I do have a strong wind here, so I do take a little bit off to be cautious. The adjustment I'm making here is max plus 5. Max plus 5 on this one. And okay, we may not need a Berserker really for the drive if we're using a longer driver, but for the second shot, a power 5 ball is really, really useful. And you'll see why in a moment. Minor great right, but still going to be absolutely fine, and we find very safe position on the fairway. Second shot, regardless of wind direction and wind strength, you are going to need a wood club with distance. I will go with the Big Dog or the Cataclysm, whichever offers you the most topspin. Here, as you can see, I'm playing with almost 8 bars of topspin, 1 bar side spin to the left, and we just want to use that topspin to get as close to the green as possible. Pretty much level crosswind here as we have turned a corner in our direction from the drive, and this is slightly uphill to the green, so we do want to make sure we have as much pace as possible. Once again, I'm going max distance 5% elevation. We do drop down to a slightly lower point, so I'm going to push up slightly here to max. Don't have much room to push up, but I then decide to go with about 1 ring of overpower just to compensate for adjusting down to a lower point. Perfect ball away. Obviously beware a great right. You will get into the bunker most likely, and a great left does risk the rough. But we come very nicely up to the green for an easy wedge for our eagle. In this example here, we do have very nice tailwind. So it's a navigator and we can play with the Grizzly. We're going to be playing with 2 bars topspin and half a bar of side spin to the left. Top of the white ring just before the bunker there, and like before with this hole, it is important to get the offset correct. Here my recommendation would be, once you've added the spin, have the tip of the ball guide just before the column of light green squares. You are going to need to offset this one. As you can see there, it is offset left of pin. Very, very difficult to see. Use a couple of practice tokens, get a feel for where you need to offset this shot. Adjustment max plus 10. Then we hit perfect. Speed is very good here. However, we just need to refine our landing position ever such a small amount, just missing a quarter of a square, if that, to the left. A par 4 here then, and we do have headwind angle on this one. Going to use a Kingmaker, max top spin, 3 bars side spin to the right. So with the APOC 4 it is 6 bars of top spin. Obviously a little bit more would get you nearer for your second shot. Giving myself some room for the curl here, so red ring touching the rough, then I'm adjusting this one max plus 10. I do go into overpower 2 rings, so I add 1 ring of overpower on, and then I'm going to go with full curl with my APOC level 4. Perfect ball away. This is going to bounce nicely. We can push it a little bit harder there. We do land a little short of the rough, but we still go down the centre of the fairway very, very nicely. And we want to be in short iron range for our second shot. Drive distance 381. Second shot here, we do need a short iron with topspin. So the Hornet, if you don't have the Hornet in a good level, then the Runner is going to be your friend. Checking my club distance here, because we can use some distance check notes on this one. Going with plenty of topspin, as you can see, and 3 bars of right spin so that I can land a little bit further towards the pin. Ball guide to the hole with the Hornet level 7. In fact, with the headwind that we have here, the ball guide is going just through the hole. Here I play this one 60% slider with 30% elevation. So 60% on the slider, 30% elevation. Obviously it will depend how far you are away from the green and the pin, so do check your distance. But for me, as a rule, I would play this one true distance plus 30. Drops very nicely with the topspin for an eagle. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube. You can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video. Difficult wind angle here. I have had to go at the rough bump with this one, but it is a little bit tricky and very inconsistent, and in high winds you will adjust into max club. So I'm going to do a bounce up with the quarterback at min distance. So red ring touching the rough at complete min. Then we're going to go 4 back spin here and half a bar side spin to the right, to the left. Ball guide will be going through the hole just on the left hand side of the cup. The adjustment I make is min plus 30. This one has a beautiful line, but it does come in slightly short. So in this wind angle, I would maybe take 0.1 backspin off, so maybe go 3.9 backspin. But look at this lovely line, just a little bit short of pace, but a very tricky angle on this par 3. Playing with the Titan ball, we have very, very nice tailwind here. Half of the red ring inside the rough on the left, and obviously if you're using extra mile 6 or 7, then you will be 2 yards further up than this. I'm at plus 6, you will be at plus 8, and obviously you can adapt if you're using different drivers. 4.5 top spin, 2 bars side spin to the left, maximum distance, 10% elevation is the adjustment here, and then we do want to hit perfect, and we just want to take this ball up towards the top left corner of the next piece of fairway. Can sometimes get a bit of a dead bounce here, but 9 times out of 10 you will be okay, and you're looking for around 370 yards. Second shot, because of the tailwind, and we're getting a good distance on the drive, we can use the Grizzly here. Obviously if you're worried about having a short drive, then use the Goliath instead, but a little bit of top spin needed. And if you are using Grizzly, top of the yellow ring touching the rough, and then we're going to play true club distance plus 10% elevation. So obviously if you do have a shorter drive and you're at max, then you will play it max plus 10, but obviously do take some slider off for every yard you are further back from max. You'll see here with spin added, I'm aiming to the left side of the cup. That is deliberate, based on the shots that I've made already with this wind angle. So true club distance, 10% elevation, little bit of top spin, and then hit perfect, and you've got a very nice chance of getting this one in the hole for a beautiful albatross. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.